Hello. Hi. We're gonna watch the Game Informer thing with the new Pokemon. I mean, it was in the title. It was in the thumbnail. Hello, my name is Steve. Hi. I'm looking at the camera, so you don't yell at me that I'm not looking at the camera. We're just gonna watch the Game Informer thing. I think it's like 5 minutes. Yeah, we'll go over it. I haven't watched it at all. I saw some stuff on Twitter, and yeah, it's Twitter. So here we go. Let's watch the Game Informer stuff. Also, my friend John Carson, who works at Game Informer, they did all the coverage for this, so that's actually really cool to see his name on this stuff. I've been, friends with him since Sun and Moon, X and Y. I don't know, something like that. It's very exciting to see him doing the Game Informer stuff. So, here we go.
Hello friends and welcome to New Gameplay Today. Unfortunately we don't have a ton of time, but I am Alex Stadnick and I am joined with the king of late night, John Carson. Hello sir.
Hey, we're going to keep it tight today. We are looking at some Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which is a remake of the Diamond and Pearl games for the Nintendo DS.
Which I am so excited for, especially to play on the Switch OLED. You get to preview the game a little bit, hands-off preview the game a little bit. And I just want you to go, man. Tell me everything that's good and why I should be excited.
Yeah, so we had a demo with Nintendo of America and a representative from the Pokemon Company International who showed us some of the game. And what they stressed going in was this is a faithful remake of Diamond and Pearl. If you look at like the world and like the characters walking around the world, it is still the top-down aspect like you had in those games. But then what they stressed was they made a bunch of quality of life changes to this game. So they are bringing in a lot of the stuff from Sun and Moon, and maybe X and Y had it too, and Sword and Shield. So when you're in battles, you could see the appropriate
so many features. I'm just curious what it is
that your Pokemon's can use against the opponent's Pokemon, which is nice. They added things like new HM activations where you don't even have to placing have Pokemon with an HM move learned to use the HM. Like a random wild Pokemon will just show up and use it, which is weird. But that was something that they've eliminated in newer games, so that's how they're figuring it out for this one. And I guess cut to here, what we're looking at right now are the underground scenes in Diamond and Pearl, which is like this whole world that's underneath Sinnoh. And in here, you're able to you could dig for fossils and items. Here, you can actually get those statues that we saw the Pokemon trainer putting into their secret base, which is a room where you put Pokemon statues, and those Pokemon statues that you put in there will affect what kind of Pokemon you actually find in the underground.
It's super cool.
So if you're putting in like bug Pokemon statues, like 3 or 4 of them in your secret
I
base,
hope it's not like super simple.
Let you know that you're going to be able to find more bug Pokemon or electric Pokemon or whatever it is. But
so it's not necessarily the Pokemon that are specifically in there. It's that type, right?
Correct. Okay. Well, it could be other things too. That was just one thing that they decided to show us was just Pokemon typing. Now there were different types of statues. Even there were shiny statues.
Up a lot,
they didn't really go into what those shiny statues do. I don't know if it's like a greater chance of that type of Pokemon.
I mean, there is, but like no ladder.
There's a bunch of statues and there's a bunch of things to collect down there, and find Pokemon that you wouldn't normally find above ground. Yeah, and then
fantastic.
I guess right here we're looking at a gym. I believe it looks like
Gardenia's gym.
This was not part of our actual gameplay demo, but it's nice to see an indoor environment here.
For sure.
The backgrounds look super good. I don't think anyone's really talked about that much leading up to this game.
This is my first
the backgrounds in battle
to play this gen.
Yeah.
And I love the changes, like having Chimchar and your Pokemon follow you.
Yes, you can have one Pokemon follow you at a time, which is great, and they all walk and run at different speeds and in different ways. So no matter which Pokemon you have out there, it kind of shows its personality out in the field.
He's so cute. Look at him.
Yeah. They probably don't like walk in front of you like let's go.
That
was like cool.
Best of the starters in this game. Anyways, what are we looking at right here?
Contest?
Yeah, so this is the Super Contest show, which is something they had in Diamond and Pearl, where you're having your Pokemon show off moves. They added this rhythm game to it to give the player a little bit more to do. But while you're doing this, you can see that your Pokemon can use their contest move to interrupt things and try to make a bigger splash to score higher in the contest.
Fantastic.
So, I'm curious to try that.
When do we get in the remakes, John?
We get the remakes on November 19th on Nintendo Switch.
Exclusively, baby.
Exclusively.
John, thank you so much for this new info. Viewers, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. You know the thing at this point. Thanks, be good to one another, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.
All right. Yeah, it was like gameplay stuff, so they didn't like, it wasn't like a feature trailer, but they showed some new stuff. Like this stuff was new.
That your Pokemon's can use against.
Just turn them down real quick, so I'm not trying to like talk over them. So like seeing like this placement, I don't know, like Happy Home Designer or something. And seeing that there's a Probopass statue. Hey, maybe some Probopass fan was on the fence, and they were like, "I need my boy Probopass in statue form to it." Like this is cool. I'm curious how into this I'll be.
In newer games, so that's how they're figuring it out for this one.
Or if it'll just be something that I forget about. I don't know. I like always want to be into that kind of stuff, but man, like the auras stuff really didn't like Blissey bases were cool, but that was my extent of the aura stuff.
Here, you're able to
and they talk about how you filling that room affects Pokemon in the overworld. So what I said earlier and what I mean by that is like if it was like Caterpie evolves or attracts bug Pokemon, but Metapod attracts better bug Pokemon, but Butterfree really attracts Pokemon, I'd be curious if it was something like that, or if it was just something like all bug types evolve attract bugs.
Let you know that you're going to be able to
or Caterpie plus a I don't know why I'm using Caterpie as an example, but just for an example, I'm like curious if like Caterpie versus Weedle gets you a certain amount of certain types of Pokemon versus Caterpie versus Kakuna. That's like a different batch. I doubt it would be that complicated. It would be cool, but I'd be just curious, like, oh, is it just like bug Pokemon? Is bug Pokemon? It doesn't matter what it is. Assuming there's a Caterpie statue. Look, I'm all in on a Caterpie statue. That's what I'm saying. The other thing here is, let's turn that down, and then let's go over here to the website. So new gameplay with Alex and John. Diamond Pro was originally in 2006, updated for the Switch. For those maybe not familiar, I'm just going to mention this. Maybe this is the first time you found my video. I don't know. Maybe you have been out of the Pokemon loop, but this game is not being developed by Game Freak. It's being developed by Ilka, which is also the people who make Pokemon Home. They also made Dragon Quest Near Yakuza. It was on the 19th. That's like super soon. So they had that. And then IGN also had their own preview. I think it was like IGN, Game Informer, and then like 2 other outlets. I don't know, they all kind of say the same thing. But I do know John Carson on Twitter did confirm that there is the same experience share as in Sword and Shield, which was like the same people who complained 2 years ago when Sword and Shield came out are still complaining about it, which is, I don't know, I think it's a silly thing to complain about. So for those that don't know, in every Pokemon game up until, I think it was Let's Go actually, and then Sword and Shield, the experience share just, there wasn't a, you couldn't turn it off. And this is a very common thing in like Octopath Traveler, Persona 5, almost, I think like every Final Fantasy game, literally almost every ARPG, it's experience share applies to the whole party, and that's just what it is. And why Pokemon fans were originally mad at that is because you could adjust your difficulty by turning, like you could make a game harder by turning experience share off because not everyone is getting experience. Or you could EV train. As somebody who is actually EV trained the old-fashioned way of knocking out Pokemon, and I've gotten plenty of shinies doing this as well, I've probably built over 45 competitive teams in Sword and Shield, and the whole like turning off experience share has never been a problem. On my stream one time, set a timer of going into the Sword and Shield, going into key items, toggling something on or off, and it took like 6 seconds versus taking like the one Pokemon I want to train individually and just dumping the 5 Pokemon into my PC, which you can access anywhere. And that took 8 seconds. So you still have that option, right? Like if you don't want Pokemon to get experience like the old fashioned way, you can just put them in your PC. You don't have to go to a Pokemon Center to do that. And it doesn't really take that much time. And it gives you a little bit more control. it's kind of silly that they just don't have like an on and off button for that, because they did and they took it away. But I think about the times where like you do turn off something and then you completely forget. And I think that not forcing, but having the player just, hey, if you want to do this, you can move your Pokemon over. The majority of players probably want that on. And I think about it in like the sense of autosave. Like I have autosave on. I love autosave for Sword and Shield. That was like another really hot contention of like, hey, can you turn autosave off? You can turn autosave off. And the instances I did turn off autosave for something specific, I remember like a month later, something happened, like game crashed. Which in the 2 years of Sword and Shield, I think the game has crashed like 3 times on me. And then being like, oh, no big deal, autosave is on. And then I like forgot that I never turned back on autosave. And then I was like more bummed because I lost like 3 hours of whatever. Because I was in my head, I thought autosave was on, but so I think like those situations of autosave being off and then losing data versus autosave being on, I kind of think similarly to experience share. I guess maybe it's more noticeable right off the bat, but all in all, I don't think it's a big deal. The other thing we know is we know that there are no Gigantamax or no Mega Evolution. I think people maybe assumed that or kind of guessed that, where this is like specifically up to the Sinnoh Pokedex, which they've already done with Let's Go, where Let's Go was up to the Kanto Pokedex, with like the exception of the Alolan forms, which was like a cool like bonus touch. And I guess they had Megas, but no Gigantamax, no Megas. I think it's fine. I think everything is fine. I don't think it's a big deal. I'm actually really excited for these games, and I would love to see if they do interact with Legends in any sense, in any sort of way. But yeah, I guess like it's kind of weird, out of this 5 minutes, the experience share was like the thing most talked about. Maybe HMs would have been the most talked about because that's like a huge thing. But the official Nintendo Twitter tweeted about this a week ago. I don't know why the Nintendo Twitter broke that news and they just didn't wait a week for like all of this, but it's fine. Either way, I thought the tuft of my hair looked pretty good with the hood on. Anyways, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that stuff. I think like 75% of the people who watch this stuff not subscribe. And then somebody will comment that I didn't scream "Let's Go" like 4 times, and they'll be like, "You're not as hype as the other YouTubers." Yeah, that's cool. I mean, that's who I am. But if you do like and subscribe, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll be streaming this on Twitch when it comes out, and I always stream on Twitch. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. I will see you guys next time. Bye.